Hi guys, welcome back. So I for sure believe that you can become exceptionally wealthy through FX and even become a millionaire. Excuse me. But and our roads are going to be very different. The paths we take are going to be very different. And honestly, it's important for you to remember that how you make your money is just as important as how much money you get, right? So when you do decide to say to yourself, you know what, I want to become a millionaire with Forex, remember to be ethical and to not scam other people in the process of trying to become a millionaire. So, some points in case that is your goal through FX alone. For me, I've done a video on this and how I want to use other different streams of income in order to do that because FX alone is risky, and then I'd find myself trying to double and triple my accounts, which is something I don't want to do. So, first point, if you're disciplined, of course, you can become exceptionally wealthy in FX. If your skill isn't really a thing in FX, I won't believe that there's such thing called a skilled trader. I think it just comes back down to experience. The experienced traders and then the non-experienced traders. Not that you're actually talented from the get. Like I know some people who start off and they're like, I'm really talented in Forex, and I'm like, no, wait till 1 year comes. Realistically, it's just about experience, and even if you're like a terrible trader, with experience, you'll be an expert. You need to commit years to the process. I've heard like people who come into this industry and they're like, within a year, I'm going to be a millionaire. And I'm like, okay, I'd never discourage them because I think that would be a bad nature on my part. But I always just say to myself, like, why was that really the goal? The goal is to learn and to just improve your life year by year, which is to just increase your sources of income every year, not necessarily to become a millionaire overnight. That's going to take a long time. And reading Warren Buffett's book, Snowball, he had set himself the target of becoming a millionaire by the time he was 30. So for me, that would be like 7 years from now, which I think is a goal I would want to have, which is like by the time I'm 30, I do want to be a millionaire. It's not a get rich quick scheme. If that's your intention to be like, um, after I start Forex, I want to be a millionaire. It's really not a get rich quick scheme, especially if you're trying to double, triple, and quadruple your account. And forget doubling and tripling your account, guys. It will lead to you growing gray hair in your 20s and 30s. It's not a good option. I've talked about other options on how to make more in FX other than just increasing your returns. Skill stacking is a really good option, which is the route I'm taking in order to achieve the goal of becoming a millionaire, which is essentially that you take multiple different unique but related skills and you add them together in order to increase your wealth. So that could, that's for other people, it's like editing or YouTube, sales, so like selling insurance, selling courses on Forex, selling signals, sales, other sales things that they're selling, or and sales is a really popular one for people who do want to become wealthy. Sales is really good. Public speaking is another good one. Copy trading is another good one where you trade and people are copying your trades and they pay you a certain portion of the profits in order for helping them. It's similar to what the route Warren Buffett took in Snowball. If you read Snowball, what he did was that he realized, okay, my account is too small for me to trade to become a millionaire. But what I want to do is that I'm going to take people's money and then I'm going to trade on their behalf. And for every dollar I make, they take 60%, I take 40% on that dollar profit. So realistically, you're not that different to someone like Warren Buffett who was in the similar situation where you have a smaller account, but you want to make it big. Commissioning, real estate, tech, these are all options. And give yourself time. Don't ever like say to yourself like, how come course sellers on Instagram and YouTube have Lamborghinis and Ferraris? I've been in this industry for 3 years now. I don't have that. The whole point in that is that they are flashing a life in order to attract customers for their courses and their signals. So don't compare yourself to them. Their job is to sell courses. They're salespeople. I'm not going to mention the trader's name, but if you read the court case on his court case, he's very popular. I think he drove a Maserati, a black Maserati. And if you read his court case, he was asked by the court on why he was trading on people's behalf or selling courses, which is another thing these people should be careful of. You're going to be getting yourself into a lot of trouble with the law, course sellers, that is. And he basically said to the judge, I'm a salesman. I'm not a trader, I'm a salesman. So be very careful of these people, those people flashing cars, boats, and things to you. Once they're brought to court and they're told to they're held accountable on these courses they're selling, they just say to the judge, "I'm a salesman. I sell forex courses. I'm a salesman, not a forex trader," which is very sad. Um, we've talked about giving yourself time. We want to talk about compound interest, which is basically growing every year, growing bit by bit every year. Einstein said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and I totally agree. If you give yourself 10 years, 20 years, where you can be by just improving every year is just amazing. What else? Don't quit your job. I think this is an important one because a lot of people tend to say, if I didn't have a full-time job, I could do better in Forex, I would improve my results. And the reality is more time on the charts doesn't mean more money. If you're under the assumption that more time on the charts means more money, it's not true. Realistically, you only trade for like 1 minute when you're placing your trade, setting your stop loss, setting your take profit. And then what are you doing the rest of the time? So if you don't like your job, what you'd like to do is preferably go to another job which is related to something you want to do. So if you say to yourself in the future, I want to trade Forex, but I also want to be in real estate, I want to own real estate, then move your job from whatever it is, whatever you're working in right now, into a job in real estate. Because realistically, leaving your job is not a safe bet, especially leaving your job is not a safe bet, especially if you consider that sometimes it's not every month that that you have profits. Sometimes you'll pull in a negative month, and a lot of traders don't tell you about that. You do have negative months in trading, and I've talked about I think the forex lifestyle, and I said how it's unrealistic to be a full-time trader because you're going to need a mortgage in order to get a house, you're going to need car loans in order to buy cars. So that's very important for not quitting your job. This is another point. You don't know someone's background or how they made their money, and a lot of the times it's not related to forex. Excuse me. I know some traders who made their money in business and not necessarily in forex, and then they woke up one day and they started trading forex. So you, as someone who's starting off, will say, "Oh my gosh, look at what they've done through forex," when in reality they've made their money through business and not forex. So be very careful. And then they leverage the lifestyle they've built with business to sell courses and signals. So be very careful of trying to compare yourself to people like that. And don't blow your account trying to become a millionaire, guys. There's many other ways to do it. You're going to have to grind and work, like all of us trying to grind and work, save money, compound, save more money, guys. So good luck on your journey.